What's up? What's up? What's up? And just when you thought it was over, booyah! Right back at you. Well, for some reason, everyone loves to keep talking about this. The biggest Oscars in the history of mankind only because one individual was slapped. We have such a passive aggressive world now to everybody's traumatized, everyone is outraged. All of this nonsense that has transpired. And for what? For what? It'll all be over soon. Right? That's what everybody's like, man, it'll be over. Him and Chris need to work that out. Now, believe me, about 700 to 800 million dollars has been affected by this whole slap. People who wanted to get positioning and marketing, people, not marketing, but positions for negotiations, they are affected by this. You got other people who are standing around waiting for something to go bad. They wanted a piece of this. Now you're looking around and you're asking questions like, what is going on here? What is he talking about actually? Well, what we're talking about actually is that there are people who are capitalizing on this. And the reason that they're capitalizing on it because it benefits them. Now they feel like, hey, we can get back talking to Will and those numbers will come down now in our negotiations. Oh, we can get talking, Will off the ledge off this now. We can do this now. Everyone can make a move of position. Well, a lot of people say, well, they finna blackball Will, right? Well, Will Smith made a lot of money this past 2 weeks. So you would think because of this incident that it was so toxic to have Will Smith around anything, right? Say Will's name, it's bad, it's taboo. But Will Smith, his movies have been shown more than they've ever been shown in the last 10 years. There have been more Will Smith material searched. His music has gotten an uptick. Everything from Will Smith has been going up, not down. Now, of course, they stopped production on a couple of movie projects that's going to affect a lot of other people's lives. Will is already rich, so he doesn't have to worry about this. But everyone else, they're affected. Now, if you look at the gist of what's really going on, you'll start to see that where there's negativity, there's opportunity. That's how they look at it. Oh, this is a negative. There's an opportunity to make some money here. Because all these people who claim to be outraged by Will Smith's attack on Chris Rock could give a damn about Chris Rock. They just want to hear what he has to say about getting slapped. And Chris knows that. So Chris is like, well, why am I going to sit around and entertain you with this nonsense? I know what you want to hear. You want to hear me joke about this. Y'all want to hear me make some jokes about me getting slapped at the Oscars? That's gonna cost you. And everybody else is getting paid. Might as well get paid. It only it only makes sense. Our family used to have a saying: "It only makes sense when it makes sense," and it's true. Things only seem to make sense when it makes sense. Now, I'll never forget they had, I want to say, they had Men in Black on. I Am Legend was on. They had Hancock on. And this is national TV, everything. They kept, I'm sorry, they kept everyone abreast to the situation. Mm-mm-mm. All you kept seeing and hearing about were all of these different entities. Like, Will Smith needs to do this, Will needs to do that. Okay, if Will needs to do all these things, what does everybody else need to do? I think Will right now is doing the right thing. Just stay quiet, disappear for a while until this thing blows over, because everyone else seem to act like it dominates their lives, which means nothing. But Will, it was very profitable to him in the record companies and the movie companies, who seem to be obsessed with anything that has something to do with Will Smith. Now, other people are going to say, well, hey, that's a negative, right? Why are they showing Will Smith movies right now? Because he's in demand. People want to see anything Will Smith. Everything was going up. If you don't know right now, probably go check your cable listing and see how many Will Smith movies were shown, or still being like in the engine where you can go on demand and see it. These film companies are smart. They know what to put in their search engine. Normally, when someone pass away, you see all their movies come up, right? I saw a whole bunch of Sidney Poitier movies when Sidney Poitier wasn't here anymore. Now, all those things are like normally vintage for us, but when you start seeing other characters and other people step up, like we were sitting there like, who is this dude? Like they had some character out there. We was trying to figure out who is this guy speaking. This guy, well, I was thinking it wasn't such a good idea. I thought that was a bad look when they did this. So we like, who the hell are you? So you start to see this, and it just don't make any sense. And you look at it and almost disgust, because you're like, well, what the hell am I like looking at here? Things always get bizarre when you start seeing the gist of everything out and how it plays out. Like they say, oh well, nothing is the same. Well, I beg to differ. I've seen the movie with Will Smith when it's two Will Smiths. They showed that this week. They damn near didn't even show that at the movies. I was like, oh, there's Will Smith movie. And then it wasn't there no more. Well, like they say, it only makes sense when it makes sense. Now, I remember they had plenty other chances to make changes per se. Like you could make changes to policies and all these different things. But people use this as a way of getting control. Now, if they feel like, well, Will, your stock is going down, they can come in and try to lobby and lower Will's price for negotiation. They can get more control from Will that they need to say, well, you're not hot right now, and this is what's happening right now. So if you want to do this, this is the percentage we're going to take. And, everybody's going to use this to capitalize. I never forget, when my car had broken down one time, and I'm like, man, my car down. I gotta get it fixed and all this, and I gotta go through all this getting it together. I gotta go get it out the impound. So while you're looking at all of these different things, while I'm like, man, I gotta get my car. I gotta do all these things. Other people are thinking, how can they get the advantage in your tragedy? They thinking like, okay, I'm gonna help you for money. I'm like, if that was the case, why in the world am I paying you? Shouldn't you be doing something on the strength? But when you have never done anything off the strength, other people are not really concerned. They only concerned on what they can get off you. That's it. And it's unfortunate that they'll do for others but won't do for you. They'll feel, oh man, he got money. He got money. He worked. You see how that goes? If you got money or you got a job and you're doing something for yourself, then no matter what happens in life, nobody should be able to help you because you got money. Or they assume you do. They don't know anything about your life. So everybody looks at Will. Oh, Will got $300 million. I'm like, do we? Do we really? Do anybody really know what Will has and don't have? Because I don't think they do. I honestly don't believe anybody has a clue of what they even talking about when it comes to Will's money. don't think he's near broke, and he's not finna starve. The next Will Smith movie, people are going to check it out just to see what's what. But his image is tarnished forever. Now, he should take those edgier roles. I think this is a blessing for Will in disguise. All Will need to do is start taking edgier roles. He's like, okay, I don't have to be squeaky clean Will. I don't have to be that guy no more. Bet. I never understood that myself. Never understood why these dudes do the things that they do, make the decisions they make. But I guess that's why they do it. Training Day 2, starring Will Smith as Lonzo's cousin. I ain't know you like to get wet. Who killed my cousin Lonzo? Keep Lonzo's name out your effing mouth. I'm here to find out who killed my cousin. I have no idea, man, on what directions people are going to take in their lives. But to tell you I was surprised about it, no. Nobody's surprised about any of it. They was talking about this yesterday. They won't let this thing die. Everybody that moved on. I'm like, I'm glad it's over. People are like, man, you milking this thing. I'm like, I'm really not. I'm reporting on what's out here. Well, y'all mad at me, and then y'all come around to listen. So did y'all find that strange? And don't forget to hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. And I will be taking all your Errol Spence money the moment he signs that contract to fight Terrence Crawford. Because it's one thing to talk that noise, and then it's another thing to show up. Terrence Bud Crawford, man, he's a whole nother level. Well, let me see. Jaden Smith was just out. Nobody said nothing to him. He was out with this whatever girlfriend or whatever she is. His daughter's out on tour with some artists. She's performing songs with her. So those two are together, hanging out, doing stuff. People are making moves. Jada Pinkett back out there on the scene. She's making moves. Nothing hurt her career. She's still making scenes and doing stuff for the charity and saying, look, I didn't want him to do it in the first place. So, Well, there's a lot of people making moves. So when you see a lot of people making moves, what you gonna do? Barbecue a meal, do baby? You gotta eat. So it ain't stopping them. Everybody else is moving forward. And speaking of moving forward, I gotta get up and start making some moves myself. So I'm gonna holler at y'all. Thanks to everybody that liked the video. Subscribe to the page. My Cash App, all that stuff is below. I'm out.